So what is negative gearing? This is a really hot topic on at the moment, especially because Australia and the rest of the world is going through a housing crisis. The housing crisis is because we have too many people in the country looking for too few homes. So what usually happens is when there's more demand than supply, prices generally go up, and this is why we are in this mess. So there's big commotion between the two parties because one side is saying, why are we giving tax break to wealthy property investors? And the other side is saying, well, we need to give tax breaks because we need to increase the amount of investment and supply in the property sector to lower prices. So this is where the commotion is coming from. So let's talk through an example of an investment property with a negative gearing loss. So say you bought an investment property and that investment property generated 20 grand per year in rent. That will be included in your tax return as rental income. But while you owned that property, you had expenses like rates, strata, insurances, interest, all the rest of the stuff that comes with owning a property. And for that year, you had 40 grand worth of expenses. So now you've had 20 grand worth of income, but 40 grand worth of expenses. You're in a net loss position of $20,000. So now we move on to your personal tax return. Let's say if you're lucky enough to be on 100 grand per year and you have that investment property, now because you've got that loss of $20,000, you can offset it against your income. So now that 100,000 of personal income turns into 80. So this is where the big commotion is coming from, because investors are getting deductions and they're getting losses in their tax return and getting tax refunds. So this is definitely the sticking point. A property investor is losing money, but they're getting supplemented from the government in the form of a tax refund because they own an investment property. So no investor in their right mind would go into this investment unless they knew they were going to make money on the other side. And many property investors make money on the other end when they sell the property at a higher value than what they bought for it. So initially they make a loss, and on the other side, when they make the sale, they make a gain, and they have to pay capital gains tax, but that's a different topic. But at the end of it, they're ahead. So this is where the government and the opposition party are in two minds, because both sides are technically correct. Why are we giving tax breaks to wealthy property investors? But at the same time, we need to get more investment in the sector. We need to give tax breaks. So who's going to win? We'll see at the next election in about April or May next year.